it's Zadie. Welcome to Flytte Kartina, where you, yes, you can escape reality. Okay, this is just gonna be like a whirlwind of facts and stuff that I thought about the movie. These are just gonna be my thoughts, and it's gonna be completely full of spoilers, hence the spoiler rant thing tag that I have down below. And if you're here and you haven't seen the film, don't watch this, please, unless you really want me to spoil the movie for you. This description is directly taken from the Warner Bros. Website. The film is set in 2045, with the world on the brink of chaos and collapse. But the people have found salvation in the Oasis, an expansive virtual reality universe created by the brilliant and eccentric James Halliday. When Halliday dies, he leaves his immense fortune to the first person to find a digital Easter egg he has hidden somewhere in the Oasis, sparking a contest that grips the entire world. When an unlikely young hero named Wade Watts decides to join the contest, he is hurled into a breakneck, reality-bending treasure hunt through a fantastical universe of mystery, discovery, and danger. This film was originally a book written by Ernest Cline, but Steven Spielberg took it and made it into a different medium. Is it bad that I want to go to the Oasis? I didn't mention this already in my non-spoiler portion of this review, and I loved this film. It was so great. I was very entertained. Like, the entire time I was like trying to critique it, but I just couldn't. I was enjoying it too much, and like this nostalgia helped too, obviously, but still, I was blown away by this film. Okay, this note card is full of things, so I'm gonna go over everything on this note card, and there's a lot. This is gonna be like a half-an-hour episode. Probably not, but I feel like it's gonna be a half-an-hour episode. Okay, first of all, the Game Master was amazing. Mark Rylance is an amazing actor. Like, he plays this character so well. Like, I can believe that this is a real person, and it's incredible. It's just, his eyes are so intense. Like, that was one thing that I just couldn't take my eyes off of, were his eyes. It was beautiful, and he did an amazing job. If you're watching this, he's probably not, but if he's watching this, I really want to thank him for this, like, experience that he took me under. I do like that they're putting more diversity in the cast, but it seems kind of forced a little bit, and also a little bit stereotypical, but we're learning. It's okay. It's okay. I have like a neutral ground on that diversity of cast thing that is happening in Hollywood right now. Okay, the little kid who plays Sho, his name is Philip Zhao, and he's so cute. He looks and sounds like one of my brothers, and like a lot of the little kids that I know, and like that kid did an amazing job. I love that they cast him. I feel like that was a good casting choice, just me personally. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the Oasis, this world that they built. It was beautiful. It seriously reminded me of a video game. I liked it a lot, and it was just like the intricacies of all of it. It felt like you were in another world entirely, which was the point, but still, it was like, this is legit. Okay, so for the like corporate enterprise businessman technique that they did, there was like no real like push for the villain other than making money, which is a good thing, but they just didn't develop that. There was no depth to the villain, and they were like, oh yeah, he was the intern for James Halliday and stuff, and so I was like, hello? Who is you? Gamer speak. Okay, this is a thing that is like real. Like, it reminds me of like the Percy Jackson terminology thing that they have on. In the books, they're like, you know, they're speaking English, but like warped English, I guess you could say. But it's like slang. It's gamer slang. Gamer speak is like, it was so cool to see that because a couple of the guys were just like talking, and I was like, I understand all of this. The whole scene with the Shining reenaction, that I don't know. At first, I looked at that scene and I was like, oh, come on, they're just showing off that they can do this. Like, seriously, they're just like, hey, guess what we can do? We can reenact The Shining, and here you have it. And they just like thrust H in there, and they're like, haha, sucker, let's go. But then as the zombie woman came along and everything, and I was like, okay, this is fine. This is fine. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but please see this in 3D. Graphics were amazing, actually. I talked to you guys last week about Pacific Rim and how the CGI, like, you could tell there was a budget cuts in certain areas, but this one, you could tell there was budget cuts in certain areas, but the whole thing was beautiful. Like, in the beginning, I could, you know, you could see like what was happening, and like it looked like a video game. Like the characters, their lips didn't move as much, or like, you know, their facial expressions, like they weren't like fully, yeah, like there are certain things with avatars like you can't fully move and stuff, but I mean, I know that with advanced technology we can do that, but still it was like really cool. and I liked it. I was being thrust into a world of video games and it was great. So the scene where H is like talking to Parzival about like, this girl could be a dude named Chuck and he's living in his mom's basement. All I could hear when H was saying that was the interrogation mode from Spider-Man Homecoming. I could just hear it just like, I'm not a girl, I'm a guy, I'm a man. So I could already tell that it was a girl. Something about his voice was weird at the beginning and I was like, is this for real? And then they did this big reveal and I was like, no, it is for real. So I was right. Take that. Sorry, I'm not right most of the time. So when I am right, it's very nice for me. Okay, so this film is like the ultimate mashup of everything that you ever wished for except for Disney. Disney was like, we're not getting on board with you, Spielberg. We have Lucasfilm. Take that. You cannot have our rights to use in your amazing film. They mentioned the Millennium Falcon once, and that's pretty much probably all that they could pay for and like stuff. I mean, seriously, Disney, you missed out on a great opportunity to like make some serious bank with this. I'm literally going in like random directions here. So the personal relationships that Wade Watts has with everybody else. Like Parzival has a love relationship with Artemis, and then his aunt and her weird boyfriends thing that happened. Everything except for his relationship with his friends was like fake. I could tell it was fake. It was like that sort of like the perfect young adult fiction hero sort of trope that is like, I am having a romantic relationships and personal ties with my family while also maintaining my individualistic masculinity, and like, I can bounce back from those things even though that I can be emotionally unstable at times and very prone to things, and I was like, get out, guy. It was not fully developed, these relationships, and I felt like it was kind of, the stereotypical hero relationships. It had no depth. Like, he was like, I love you, Artemis, and I was like, shut up. Don't do that. That's wrong. You don't, no. There's this one scene where he's like holding a gun up to the business guy's face, and he's like, you killed my mom's sister. It's not the same, guys. It's not the same. Okay, this film had Lego Movie feels. I reference this a lot. If you guys watch the Lego Movie, the DVD commentary that goes along with the Lego Movie with like the producers and then a bunch of the actors, and it's like a bunch of fun, and then like there are so many Easter eggs in that, and like just hidden things that you don't even notice. This film was like that. There were so many things. Like, I saw Easter eggs and stuff in the graffiti, references on like a lunchbox, and like in the crowd obviously the avatars, but still like other things like on the VR like headset thing, there was like stickers of like there was a bat signal somewhere, and then all this different stuff. Like they were like, we're gonna pack this with as much nostalgia as we possibly can. No one's gonna stop us. This film knows what it is, and it utilizes it in every single aspect that it can possibly muster up. There's this one scene where Wade Watts gets like, captured by the resistance, and the guy like, gets the chloroform thing, the handkerchief to his face. This guy like, knocks Wade Watts unconscious, and he looks directly into the camera. I was like, he's coming for me next. Whoever that guy is, he was great. And then at the same time, he's buying groceries. But he looks into the camera, and you're like, oh my goodness, he's coming for me. And you feel like you're in the Oasis watching from like you're watching from like a fly on the wall, and you're in the world. And then him just looking at you is like, oh, I gotta remind myself this is a movie. On to the exposition. The exposition was okay. I feel like it was a necessary evil, but I actually enjoy expositing narration, whatever that is. Narrating exposition. I enjoy that kind of thing because I feel like you're getting a feel of the character because they're using their lingo and stuff, and yeah. Exposition, it's a necessary evil. That's what happens. One problem I have with this film that they didn't explain at all was, how did Artemis contact H and Sho and Daito? Were they a part of the resistance before, or what? Nothing. There's no explanation there. There's nothing there. I don't understand it. Like, it was one of the things that I was just like, how did this happen? How did you contact them? Other than through the game. I mean, I understand that through the game, but she was in the real world and on like a real cell phone. She didn't have like the visor. What? One of like the good scenes that it was pretty cool to see like the parallel scenes between reality and the game. And it was really cool to see like the Sixers like dying. Like, that was really fun with like Chucky like just doing that, or like a wave. It was really good visually, and It was incredible. One of the things that I really loved about the real world is that they were, Wade Watts was living in a really ghetto neighborhood, and like growing up in that kind of neighborhood, you understand the kind of community that you guys have. It's not like a community where you're all like, oh my goodness, I'm just gonna paint my neighbor's fence just because. No, it's the community where, you know, when it counts, you're gonna stand up for each other. Like, you guys have like this mutual respect towards one another. Like, yeah, we know we're living in a bad neighborhood, we're gonna make the most out of it and, you know, not make it worse than it is. That was really cool. I don't know what the lesson they were trying to teach. I mean, I know they were trying to teach like that reality is still good and everything. Okay, I'm tired. That was a lot of stuff packed into one little video. Question of the week is, what would your avatar look like in the Oasis? Like, would it be an actual character that you just mimicked, or would it be something of your own like Parzival's? Let me know in the comments down below. Have a great random Friday. I will see you guys on the other side of the screen. Bye! Is it bad that I want to go to the Oasis? Like, I feel like this is a thing that Warner Brothers is gonna do or something. Like, if they generate a theme park, it'll probably be Ready Player One style. I hope. Please.